Hey guys, well it's time to change the fuel filter on this 2500 Ram 4x4 2014 with the Cummins engine. It's every 15,000 miles. It's a fairly simple job, but there's a couple of things that you really need to pay close attention to on the front. The back is pretty hard to screw up, but the front, you want to make sure that you're rigged up properly with your extensions to come out of the engine bay, where you can pull on that ratchet pretty hard if you need to. And you want to be sure you use a 28mm 6-point socket, nothing else. A 12-point will fit on there, an 1.1/8 12-point. Some people get away with it, but if it rounds off that 6-point 28mm nut, you're going to be in a world of trouble. So I wouldn't personally do nothing but a 28mm 6-point. I've got this big Gorilla thing that I had to buy. It's a 3/4 inch drive. You know, I'd use, it doesn't matter what size drive you use, whether it's half, 3/8, 3/4. I just had to reduce it down. Works fine though. And then when we get ready to crank the truck, I'm going to use the fuse box this time just to flow fuel from the tank through both filters and see how that works. Just looking for something different to do. I'm not saying it's a better way or anything. It might help if you did have some trash in the filter. It might help purge that out. I don't know. The fluid comes in from the outside of the filter and then goes up through the center of it. That's the critical area. You just want to be surgically clean best you can. So let's go ahead and get into this and get this thing done. All right guys, you can see the fuel filter down there. What we're going to do is clean it off first. I'm going to blow it off with my air compressor. Get any big stuff out. I'm going to clean the top of it. And then we're going to run a socket straight up out of the engine compartment there where we can get some leverage on it. And in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and open this drain down here and let that be draining. Right here, it's just a little ball valve. You want to just turn it counterclockwise. Just goes a half turn. There you go, right there. You can hear it draining down there. So there it is. You can see it coming into my little bucket. I've got a hose running down there. I highly recommend it. I've got a link for that if you want to rig you one up. It's very simple. Just take what the factory's got on it, take it off, and put a hose on there. Put a hose clamp on it so it doesn't slip off. And we'll let that drain while we're getting our socket and cleaning off the top and everything else. There you go. There you go. We're home free now. Okay. Hold on that little bit of U-joint. I wish I had a half-inch drive. There you go. Okay, now, let's see if I can show you a better picture of that. Right there. It's a little awkward with this plastic bag because you can't see exactly what I'm doing, but okay, here's the old one and there's a new one naturally. I think the discoloration here is probably more just because it's wet than anything. Most of the asphaltenes and dirt and everything is pulled out by that brake car in the back. This is really just a polishing filter. You definitely want to lube this O-ring though, and you want to lube it up good because it'll be easier to come off next time. But be sure and get this thing started properly. Sometimes you go to the left until you feel the threads jump. It's being stubborn. There you go. So, gonna make it up handy now. I took the bag out. I'm just going to go in this Tupperware thing this time. It can't fall out of there. It's got to come out just about where the camera's at, actually. And the reason I'm doing that is because that valve on the bottom of that filter leaks on the outside. Even if you got a good tight connection on your hose, it still comes around the outside. Most of y'all know that. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is disconnect this. There you go. Patience. So let's go ahead and open this up now and start the drain process. This strap wrench is a little bit awkward, but one size fits all and it does not slip. All right, let's go. Come on off of there. And I'll do the, the citrus change. Did I spill any? This close. No, so far so good. And you can see up there, see right in here, there's a check valve right there. That's what keeps the fluid from draining back into the tank. We're going to clean that surface up real good. Let it drip for a little bit. Okay, that's good and clean. We're going to get the new filter set up and then we'll come back. That's plenty right there. That works out good. And then all I got to do is put the one up here. And I'll lube them all with oil. Just regular old motor oil. Anything you got. But anyway, that's the new filter. Everything's set. New O-rings on there. This valve's closed. So all we got to do now is put our new gasket on. Lube it up. Put it in place. And then we're going to purge the whole thing. So let's go do that. I've got the O-ring on, everything's lubed. Going in up here upside down, that way if I bump something, I don't knock dirt in it until I get it ready. And I'm ready. Now, right here is where I'm talking about. You got to push up. You can feel that little check valve. Well, I didn't feel it that time. But there's a little check valve right there. Let me get two hands. Both hands in here so I can get this thing. But you kind of got to push up on it. Want to make sure you're not cross-threading it, although I've never seen one cross-threaded, but you never know. And then hand tight as you can get it, I guess. Old man hand tight's good enough. There you go. Okay, that's it. Now, make sure the petcock's closed. It is. We're gonna move all this shit out of here, and we're gonna purge it a different way this time. Hi guys, Fuse 70, right? You remember Fuse 70? I talked about it ad nauseum. Okay, it's this one here, so let me pull it out with these little things here. It's a 30 amp. Just don't drop it. Thank you. What we're going to do is apply 12 volts to this fuse right here. Right there. Getting the green light because it's reading through the pump. Here we go. All right. You hear the lift pump? I hear it. Nice thing about this too is it'll purge any kind of bad stuff out of it. Let me see how it's looking down here. Well, let's see, maybe I can see more. Yeah, it's okay. I see it coming through the hose now. It's running through pretty good. I think we there. I'm gonna close the petcock. Now that'll be interesting to see if she cranks right up. All right, let's see if we did any good with this purge method that I used. I'm not saying that it's any better, any worse. It's probably worse because you have that diesel to get rid of after, but it is a way to kind of flush anything out of the filter, especially that front filter, I guess, if there's any benefit to it. But it's mainly I just wanted to do something different. So let's go ahead and hit the thing. Let's try starting it. Let's see if it's going to start, or we're going to get well, we didn't get the air out, so let's find out. All right, that's good. I just reset my fuel filter, by the way, and it's already on 99. So anyway, guys, this is going to do it for this video. But nonetheless, hope you guys enjoyed the video. And until next time, adios.